Is Ozempic a peptide?
That's GLP-1, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a GLP-1. Yeah, so that is a peptide as well.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
because there's been really mixed reviews on the Ozempic, hey?
They went through like last year. It's like everyone was on Ozempic.
Everyone just goes, oh, I just AI myself looking, you know,
Massive.
a different size, and they prescribe it. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy to me.
So obviously the peptides are legal here in Australia, right? You have to have a subscription for them to use
A prescription. Yeah. So there's a lot of illegal peptides right now, and I think that's where
So many.
And the thing is you have to think about if you're illegally importing anything from overseas, it could be contaminated.
How
there could
can you
be
trust
way
it?
too much. Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back to the pod. We have Dr. Alex with us today.
And doesn't she look sexy?
Is
Is it the peptides? Is it the peptides?
Is it the peptides? That's a good question because today's we're going to be chatting all things peptides because they're like pumping
it's all
everywhere.
That's all I hear.
Yeah, they're definitely trending, especially in the medical industry right now too. Yeah, so I do a lot of like longevity and aesthetics work, and they're definitely a topic of conversation daily.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
I'll be like having a bad day and someone's like, you should take peptides. I'm like, oh, okay. Fuck the counseling.
Yeah, because I feel like now these days there's a peptide for everything, right?
Yeah.
Like it seems to be that way anyway, right?
And I think they're only growing right now too. Yeah, so these are definitely, they're not quite supplements, so we do have to kind of treat them differently because they are prescription medications, and I don't know if people really know that. So
Because you inject it, right?
yeah, well, there's different forms. So there is injectable, there's nasal spray forms, there's capsule forms. So
But the nasal's not as strong, right?
I think it kind of depends on what you're using them for and kind of the medication themselves. Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
what's like a nasal peptide, like a popular nasal peptide?
No, you can have, I think, is it all the peptides are like, you can have either in like injectable form or nasal
No,
form?
it really depends on kind of the molecule.
Oh,
Just
I
like some
see.
medications, think about them as like medications. Some medications like insulin, which is a peptide, you have to inject. There's no oral form of the
What?
medication.
I didn't know that was a peptide
Yeah.
for diabetes.
Yep, for diabetes. Same with GLP-1s.
Is Ozempic a peptide?
That's GLP-1, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a GLP-1. Yeah, so that is a peptide as well.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
because there's been really mixed reviews on the Ozempic, hey?
Yeah, it really depends again because it is a medication, so it's dependent really on the patient themselves.
But a lot of girls are just getting it, and I'm like, how are you getting it? Like, you don't need it.
I know. And this is kind of where the TGA really goes into kind of like approved reasons as to why they would use it and then kind of unapproved reasons. So it's really at kind of the doctor's discretion at that stage, unless they're kind of sourced illegally elsewhere.
Yeah, but there's a lot of doctors that will just prescribe it to everyone.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
anyone.
that way, yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like
it
just,
is.
they went through like last year. It's like everyone was on Ozempic.
Everyone just goes, oh, I just AI myself looking, you know,
massive.
a different size, and they prescribe it. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy to me.
It is crazy. And I mean, eucalyptus, which is like one of the main providers, I think it just got acquired just a couple days ago for $1.6 billion. Did you see that?
Is acquired
1.6
sued?
No, acquired. It means that like the company got bought over by a big American kind of hedge fund company over there for 1.6 billion.
Not million, billion.
So
Oh,
obviously like the weight loss
wow.
industry is huge.
Yeah.
So
But
they
I
clearly
feel
see
like
it.
it really popped off 2025, 2026.
I think
I've
it's-
never heard about them before.
Well, GLPs were really used quite a bit actually during COVID, and especially with all the lockdowns and everything, people, obviously they were made for people with diabetes. And then the side effect from them came out that, oh, people are losing a lot of weight with this. Maybe we could use it for a weight loss. That's when the Generation 2s then came out, and they were very weight loss specific. Now we've had Generation 3s come out, and they're working on Generation 4s now. But they were really restricted, and very few people could actually get them because there was such a shortage in supply. Now I think they've fixed their shortage issue, so now they're a lot more readily available.
So let's run through like what different types of peptides there are and like the common ones that everyone seems to be using.
We might even just start back with like, what is peptides?
Yeah.
For those who like don't quite know, because
That's
I think
true,
they get categorized a lot of the time with like testosterone and steroids and stuff.
Yeah.
But
That is
they're
a
very
peptide
different.
though, right?
No, this is like a hormone. I think a lot of people are mixing up steroids, like hormones, with peptides.
Yeah, and
Okay,
they're putting
what's the
them into the
difference?
same. So peptides are kind of like, you could think of them as text messages going between cells.
So the
So
good
they're
cells,
little
the healthy
messenger cells. Yeah, so they're amino acids. Peptides are kind of amino acids. A lot of them are naturally found in the body. Others, though, are found in food and different things that we eat. So some of them are naturally derived. And a lot of people who are super into, I guess, glowing up have a very high, rich amino acid type diet. So they're eating all of the different colors, lots of different proteins and stuff to try and build up their amino acids.
And good fats and stuff.
Tons of good fats. Yeah, good fats are great too. So these are all, amino acids are like building blocks of cells. And they're really just telling cells what to do. And they're messaging the cells and saying, kind of stop eating, build more muscle, increase growth, do
Stay
better
young.
at your skin.
Yeah.
Regenerate yourself.
Because you start to lose certain cells and amino acids as you age.
Yep. So there's quite some fun stats at that point. So after the age of 30, you actually lose about 3% of your muscle per year.
I read somewhere that women start aging at 25.
So at 20, from 20 onwards, you lose about 1% of the collagen in your skin. So by the age of about 35,
that's
40,
so unfair,
you have
God,
10
or
to
whoever's doing
15%
that.
less
And that's why
collagen in your skin than you did at 20.
Yeah,
so that's pretty huge.
Because that means your body's amino acids and so forth are just stopping producing collagen, right?
But what is collagen? What is collagen?
So collagen is made up again of different amino acids that's coming up and they're plumping up the skin. They're keeping hydration in the skin. We can call it like collagen, elastin, fibrin.
Hydration.
Yeah, these are all in the skin, in the different levels of the skin that are keeping it looking plump, lively, and amazing.
But I feel like we need that more when we're older.
I know.
So like you're eating those
that's
type
aging,
of foods.
isn't it? That's aging. It is.
So like you're eating
destruction.
like all those type of foods, right, to help promote more collagen and whatnot. But there's a peptide now that's obviously trending everywhere that you can put in so your body actually produces more of it, right? So you don't need to eat the foods for it. And is it more potent when you have using a peptide over the foods?
Well, you can think of them as kind of, you're taking almost this as a medication to really increase those signals that are happening,
Emphasize
right?
it.
Yeah. Emphasize it, amplify it.
So you can't have a shit diet and then just have a peptide.
Definitely not. And I think that's where a lot of people think it's like this magic fix that is going to happen. Oh, I'll take this weight loss medication.
That's how it's talked about though.
Totally. And it shouldn't, because you really need kind of like a comprehensive screen, and you really like so much of it. If you're taking even these GLP-1s and your diet isn't changing, you're eating a lot of crap and like you're not exercising, you're not going to really lose any weight. Or if you
and you're not going to benefit from them.
Yeah, you're not going to put on any muscle. And muscle is so important with actually losing calories at the same time, because it burns so much more calories than fat.
But this is the thing, even with girls who are like, oh, I don't want to eat. I'm like, babe, if you eat protein, you'll actually lose weight and your body will look better.
I mean, you guys are both in fitness. You know exactly that.
My diet is atrocious. Yeah. It's really bad. But I do know a lot about it. And I know that when I can eat more and my body will look better and I'll lose weight. And it'll be the same as me starving myself, but I'll just look unhealthy when I'm not eating.
Yeah, you're totally. Training and you're into fitness and all that sort of stuff.
But it's like, but protein burns fat and muscle is what keeps us, youthful.
Totally.
Well, it's your BMR, right? Your metabolic rate.
Yeah.
Is like much faster the more muscle you have, right?
The more muscle, yes. And I did mine the other day. We have a couple different ways that we do it in clinic, actually. And I did mine, and it was like 1,400 calories a day is my basal metabolic rate. So I'm like, I pretty much can't eat anything.
Yeah, that's what I was on when I started with Equolution. They put me on 1,500, but I was doing no exercise.
Yeah.
And I lost a lot of weight on 1,500, but that's so low.
So low. And obviously that's if I'm just lying in bed doing nothing all day.
Yeah. Doing that.
So obviously the peptides are illegal here in Australia, right? You have to have a subscription for them to use
a prescription. Yeah. So there's a lot of illegal peptides right now, and I think that's where
so many.
Yeah, the regulations are cracking down so much. So AHPRA, the TGA, they're really cracking down on all of these illegal imports. And the thing is you have to think about, if you're illegally importing anything from overseas, it could be contaminated. There could be way too much of the drug in it, or way too little and you're ingesting nothing. So at least in Australia, if you have it from a script from a doctor, then you go in and at least you know that they're being tested, they're being made in Australian pharmacies as well.
Yeah, but and again, Australian standards are high.
Yeah.
So how do I get a script?
So the thing is they're all technically TGA unapproved medications.
What does that mean?
So it means that, say, insulin has gone through rigorous testing in order to be an approved medication in Australia. And in Australia, we're very safe with how we allow things to come in. We don't just regulate and say yes to everything. Yeah. The TGA is very strict with what they allow allow and what they don't allow. And it is so rigorous to get any kind of drug from overseas into Australia.
And
now
so
we're
much
thankful for this.
testing and
Yeah.
trialing.
But also it does kind of limit. So all of these medications that are done are compounded. They're not done in one big lab where we know that the standards are the exact same all the time.
Yeah, so they'd be
Yeah.
different batches.
So all the peptides.
And a lot of doctors are not comfortable with prescribing unapproved medications either, because they are still in their research phase, and they're all still in their research phase right now.
There's no peptides that are like actually.
Well, other
of the
than the ones
research.
that have come to market, such as the GLP-1s or insulin, those
okay.
are kind of the two main peptides that have come to market.
Is GLP-1 the weight loss one?
Yeah, they are.
That's like Ozempic forms, right?
Oh, right.
Because everyone's going on about like retatrutide now and like all of the skin ones.
Yeah. So Reta's not even available in any, even as compounded medications. It's still very, very, very much under investigation right now and under research.
Yeah, but everyone has it because they're importing it and illegally selling it.
And there's huge side effects that can come with it as well.
Yeah, a girlfriend told me she got really bad anxiety.
Anxiety, muscle cramps, liver and kidney issues. It can get quite serious.
Would you say that you think Ozempic and the insulin peptides are a positive?
I think they've definitely changed kind of the diabetes world, 100%. And
but
I guess
now people are only using it for weight loss.
Not insulin unless, or that could be so dangerous if you are using insulin for weight loss. But like say the GLP-1s, they have definitely absolutely changed lives and brought people who are obese to suddenly feeling good, and also lowering their risk of cardiovascular disease, lowering their risk of diabetes, actually improving the healthcare system too, because they're not reliant on it.
That's the thing, right? Like you say like these things, like no matter what foreign thing you put in your body, wherever there's an effect, there's like a side effect, right? But like if you have a side effect of say, your liver could be working a little bit harder now because you're on these medications. Well, this is my personal opinion. Well, it's like, well, if I'm, 150 kilos and I've got all this fat around my organs and stuff, I'm sure that's worse than having like, a bit more work done to the liver, like a bit more stress in the liver.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a good point. So, say you came in and you were obese, right? And you're clearly not, but say you came in and you were very obese and stuff, but we'll do your bloods first and we'll monitor you while you're on this.
Yeah. So it's
So
safe.
if we're seeing signs of liver issues, we're going to take you off, or we're going to lower your dose significantly, right?
Yeah.
And peptides that are unapproved, we're not usually going to use them for the minute that we have a side effect like that. I don't think I would dare to continue, because it's all about risk versus benefit.
Yeah.
And your risk of going into kind of liver issues versus the benefit from it, maybe we try something else. Right? So, and that's why it's so important to kind of be guided by a medical professional at the same time with it.
Is it so expensive to get a prescription?
To get a script?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, they are all private, right? So they are more expensive
yeah.
than having anything covered by Medicare. And also your bloods may not be covered either by Medicare.
I've been seeing a lot of conspiracy like theories and stuff online about like the peptides and stuff. Yeah. And a lot of people in America now, because they've been popular in America for a long time.
So long. And I'm Canadian, so I think I have such a different, I guess, experience with it over there, because my parents are part of longevity clinics over in Canada. And I see all of my friends in the States and in Canada, and it's been such like a topic of conversation there for so much longer.
So much longer, yeah. A lot of people online now are just starting to say that like, the FDAs and stuff are not approving them or delaying processes, because if they know they can approve, say, like the collagen peptide, then you can say goodbye to all of the collagen tablets that you take and like the powders, like the face masks and all that, because if you're going to get it like way more potency in a peptide,
but you're going to get a better result if you're doing it like everything as a whole. But is it do you think it would be the
It's the big pharma?
Yeah.
Look, there's always a mixture, and I never really know what the true answer is there. But the thing is to get a drug approved takes millions of dollars in research to get it approved, right?
And what sort of time frame are you looking at? You're
looking at years, 8 to 10 years to get a drug. I think that's the average, is about 7 to 10 years. I'm pretty sure is the average length it takes to get a drug approved.
Wow. So those GP1s,
they've been in testing for years.
Wow. And
so they're still not, they're not approved.
We could probably look it up actually.
Yeah.
When they
I think
actually
a lot
started.
of people are just like, oh, I'll take the risk. Everyone's raving about it.
Well, it's strength in numbers, right? I feel like if it's like something foreign and like you're the black sheep doing it, then like you're a bit more hesitant. But when you just see it getting plastered everywhere, I have people come up to me in the gyms, in the Gold Coast, cold approaching me, asking me to buy peptides off them. like it's happened on like numerous occasions at numerous gyms.
And so you have to be so careful about
and
that. Like you have no idea where you're getting it from.
Not only that, though, the guy that did come up to me like this last week, he was just like, if you're using the peptides, brother, I'm definitely not.
Oh, yeah. But this is the thing that...
These are not approved.
This is the thing that annoys me, is that like anyone can get them and sell them, but they're not giving the right information.
No, and they're also not stable for that long either. They could be sitting in this guy's like
really?
back
They
of his
go off?
car in the hot. Yes.
Oh, true. You don't know how they're storing them, because they have to be put. But don't they only have to be put in the fridge once you've put the water or you
It depends on how they've been made at the same time.
Yeah, see, it's a little bit scary.
It is.
But then people are on TikTok being like, look at my skin. And it's like, yeah, but is that your mind?
Yeah, but your skin might be banging on the outside, but then your liver's fucked in the inside.
Yeah, or also, like, have they actually done testing, or is it more of like a placebo effect at the same time?
Yeah.
And that's always
placebo.
what...
It's always a placebo,
and that's the thing. So until the research actually has been done and you can actually see like the dramatic difference, and that's why like big pharmas, I guess, could be investing millions of dollars for actually no evidence in it. And they'll be like, okay, well, this actually does nothing, but there's so much hype on it, right? And I can't say that it does or that it doesn't, because the research hasn't been done.
That's what I wanted to ask.
And the research is still in progress right now.
So what would be your advice then, in like with people with peptides and stuff? What would be your like health advice? Like
yeah.
Like,
what do you think with the off-market stuff?
With the off-market stuff, personally, I wouldn't even be touching it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I would stay so far away from it. And then I would speak to a doctor first. Yeah, I would at least get your bloods done, have a look at that. Lifestyle modifications, of course, as you guys know, living like a healthy lifestyle is going to be the gold standard and number one. So eating healthy, exercising and stuff. And then if we feel like we need, looking at your bloods first, because you might be really tired because you have no thyroid and you're hypothyroid, right? You might be super iron deficient and you're taking all of these extra things that are off market, but you're not actually dealing with the real issue that's there.
But it could be also making your issues worse because you don't know the depth of it, or because, you know, if someone's like low or high in iron, they could take too much and it'd be bad for them.
Totally.
But some people have too much.
Too much, yeah.
So they
is that a thing?
Yeah,
too much iron.
Yeah.
What's the side effects of having too much iron?
Too much iron. So different side effects actually. So they actually have to have regular bloodletting. So they have to go and donate blood actually quite regularly.
Where low iron means you need more blood.
Yeah. And you can actually, so it can lead to liver issues and liver cancer in the future if not dealt with appropriately.
Wow.
What's the name?
So that's the thing. Everything, even iron, you think is safe, but like having too little or too much can both be detrimental.
What about copper? What do you think about
too
copper?
little or too much? Again, copper you can easily, and there's like a popular peptide right now, but you can easily get copper overloading and actually cause a lot of issues too.
But it's so hard to get that balance, right? Like not going overboard.
And it is,
not
it's all
enough.
about that balance. And men with their testosterone, again, it's all about that balance, because we all know if the testosterone's way too high, then it turns into estrogen, and then they've got huge other issues too.
See, I've got high testosterone.
Yeah, and for women, it's actually usually better.
You do.
Yeah.
You're fucking masculine. I am very...
Testosterone can really help women though as well.
Really?
Like testosterone's amazing for libido, amazing for like getting muscle and all of
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Energy
I do
levels.
gain muscle easily.
Yeah.
You gain muscle easily?
Yeah, especially the upper body. I'm like...
Yeah, that's usually a sign for...
I'm in training upper body. I'm just lifting the weights on for the hip thrust.
I think I need a bit of that.
you need what?
I need a bit of your testosterone.
No, but high testosterone can also lead to like hair thinning and stuff. That's why I was freaking out about it.
Yeah, but it's also, but a lot of like perimenopausal or menopausal women are actually like very low in testosterone and they're tired. They have no libido. Like they have, a whole bunch of other issues. So we're giving them testosterone. So again, it's all about kind of balance in both men and women.
Yeah, because you got to have like the balance of like testosterone and estrogen, right?
Yeah.
So like if one is out of whack and the other one and they're not in sync, then that's when you have the problems, right?
That's when we get like hormone cascades, right? So too much of one, a glass too full will tip into the kind of the other boat.
Yeah. So are we all born with the perfect amount of everything?
No, definitely not. And it fluctuates as well. Like especially like women who are very hormonal and go through like their hormone cascades and everything.
What's a cascade?
Sorry, more of like your cycles. You'll get times when you have different levels of progesterone, estrogen, all of the above. So it's it changes every day. Yeah.
It does. Like I remember.
And your food and stuff too. Again, like with testosterone, if you have like healthy diet stuff, you can actually naturally improve your testosterone
100%.
massively.
And so men come to us a lot and they say, do you do TRT? And it's the first thing, testosterone replacement therapy.
TRT.
Yeah. And they'll go.
Abbreviation.
Yeah. And I think it's just become so popular.
But there's doctors here in Australia that do prescribe
there
it.
are. Yeah.
Who?
There are. But so like, if it's not technically, what did you say? TH approved?
TGA.
Like, if they're not TGA approved, how are doctors able to prescribe it to patients in Australia?
Yeah, so they are, usually we kind of say that an unapproved medication is kind of like something that's ongoing like through clinical trial. So imagine you've kind of gone through different little aspects of trying different medications for an issue, and then they go into those that are unapproved medications. Right, so if you... Yeah, so they can go into them for very specific conditions based on the patient themselves. And
like the history, like they have tried loads of things and it's not working.
Yeah, then they can do a trial on it. Yeah, but it technically is still approved. Yeah.
It's crazy to me how far like medicine has come. Like back, like even when my parents were younger, like they wouldn't even thought of having like Ozempic, and now it's here.
Yeah.
And like imagine what's going to be like in another 10, 15,
oh my
20
goodness.
years.
And that's why being like in like the longevity and like regenerative medicine space is so exciting.
Yeah.
Because we have no idea what it's going to look like in 10 years. And so much, they say like $3 trillion is being invested within the next 5 to 10 years. Like,
because everyone wants to look younger.
That is a huge amount. Of course, that's like the epitome of it, right? But they also want to leave and increase like what they call health span. And that's the years of your life that you're spent healthy, not just adding years to your life. Because if you're in a nursing home and you can't remember half of the things, or you're debilitated and your body's gone, you don't want to really be living longer, right? So you don't want longevity, but you want increased health span.
You just want to feel healthy.
By 100, I'd be over it.
What if all of your other friends were like living and you guys are all having a great time and you're playing pickleball and like enjoying yourselves?
You have that expectation that like, oh, we don't want to live that long, because you just think in your head, well, I don't see many 100-year-olds in there. They're haggard, they're wrecked. But if you've got peptides that like keep you going,
and you're
like I'll live till 120.
You're from the UK, right? I'm from Canada. How much do your friends from the UK and Canada, how much younger do they look compared to people here?
Because they're white.
Because they just haven't had as much sun damage as here.
Yeah,
don't, babe.
Right? So it's just about like all the environmental factors as well that you just have to protect yourself from. So as much as these glow peptides will help, sunscreen will help a lot better.
Really?
Oh, so much.
You can't actually reverse the damage, can you?
Right. So we just have to like, it's all about like holistic. Like you have to,
So would you
eat
say
well,
that,
protect yourself.
Because my naturopath's got me on so much hot liquid stuff, and it's a lot. But I do see a difference in my energy levels and stuff when I take it. Would you say that's equivalent to taking peptides? Like, skeptical.
It's difficult because as doctors we're
don't love naturopaths.
Well, I think
we're
just
of a war.
And I guess this is where it comes into research and scientific evidence. Show me a paper that shows the true difference, and then I'll believe it. Right?
Like results on paper.
So do naturopaths not have clinically proven results?
We talk about evidence-based medicine a lot in medicine, right? And once there's evidence for it, even if it's supplements that have evidence, like a lot of like creatine. So much evidence now for creatine, for longevity, anti-dementia, everything. Naturopath puts you on creatine. I see it. Totally. Great. Perfect.
Yeah, I take creatine.
Yeah.
When I can remember.
I know, it's hard and it's a lot of powder that
and
you're meant to take.
And they say not to mix it with coffee. I'm like, oh, that was the only reason I was taking it. Because I would mix it in with my coffee. Apparently, like, I don't know.
Oh, it changes it or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I guess some of the things that naturopaths could be prescribing could definitely have evidence associated with them. And I guess that's also the mix in why so many doctors are reluctant with peptides as well, is because the evidence just isn't there yet, or the research just hasn't been done.
But I mean, at the end of the day, eating your vegetables and having a really good diet is probably the best thing, right?
Of course.
Yeah. And going to the gym and like increasing muscle mass, like weights are so important for men and for women.
But I feel like those, the issue that I've got with that is like those are the type of people that want the peptides more, right? Like
what the
That's what
the
my brain
muscle
goes.
people.
Not the muscle people, just like
the gym people.
Not the gym people, like just the people like
With the
that are
quick
fit,
fix.
that are health conscious, that are youthful, that like to eat their fruit and vegetables, that want to have like a strong, long, robust life. Those are the people that are more interested in taking peptides than the people that don't eat their vegetables, don't go to gym, because they don't care. They're not bothered.
No, there's people
you know what I mean?
taking peptides that don't do that.
No, like I know certain peptides like Ozempic and stuff like that, right? But I'm talking more stuff about the things that are trending now, like the glow peptides.
Yeah, the skin and the hair.
This tradie that's drinking 6 beers after work every night
and
doesn't care
going
about
home and doing his peptides.
Doesn't care about doing his peptides. But the people that are like in that space where they want to feel good and look good and be healthy, they're the ones that are.
And I guess it's because they're looking, and I guess it's trending so much right now because there's so much on preventative health rather than reactive health, right? People want to be the best versions of themselves, and those people especially are like, okay, how can I get this 1% better?
Yeah.
We call them
Looks
like the
level up.
Looks maxing.
Huh?
Looks maxing.
Looks maxing.
That's the trend. That's the trend. Yeah, looks maxing. It's all over America.
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah, they looks maxing. They can any little thing that they can get their hands on to make themselves that like little 1% better.
Yeah,
like you
we call them like the biohackers.
Biohackers, yeah.
Who want like that 1% more. And I mean, that's fabulous. They're caring about their health stuff and they're already doing the supplements.
It could be dangerous.
Yeah. So it's just about, like, I get it. They just want to they want to live longer. They want to look better. They want to get faster results at the same time. And they're putting in the effort, which is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think everyone's just always looking for the next best thing though, as well, aren't we?
With the peptides, do you have to continue to take it for them to work then? Or can you just stop and then you just hold on to whatever that peptide was benefiting you?
It really depends on what people are using kind of the medication for. If it's for like injury or recovery, some people use it to get themselves feeling better, decrease their inflammation, recover, and they may not need to continue to take that.
But like with Ozempic, I know so many girls who do it and then stop and they gain all the weight back, and it's not, they have to continue using it to get the results.
Yeah, and I guess it's because it decreases your appetite, right?
So when you do stop, then that means then you would put the weight back on, right?
Yeah, well, your appetite comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even think of that.
It's not like it, and I think it would be the same with the peptides. It's like, you're injecting it and it's working now, but then when you stop, it's not happening.
But maybe you'll stop, then you go back to baseline. That's all right, because then that's where you were at anyway. But if you regress...
I'm scared that you would regress.
Really?
I guess it's such a massive... Like, peptides is such a general term for a mass amount of different medications. I think there's hundreds or thousands of them now. Some of them are on market, some of them aren't. And I guess it just depends on what you're like. Weight is one of those things that, yes, it keeps going up. ADHD meds as well, right?
Yeah.
And you have to increase that tolerance. Other ones, though, and you could think of it like for recovery, right? You're only doing it until you recover, like antibiotics. But antibiotics, you can build resistance as well if you do too much. And I guess a lot of the peptide medications are cycled for the reason that we don't want that to happen.
Right, okay, yeah.
That's why you have to have the days off.
And they're usually, if done by a doctor, they're very limited short-term amounts and they're cycled appropriately as well. So I guess when we kind of talk about peptides, my biggest recommendation is, first off, do kind of the lifestyle things, eat well, work out, but then also know your numbers. Because if you don't know your numbers, you haven't done your bloods, you don't know what your BMI is, you don't know what your body fat percentage is. How do you know what's working and what's not working in general? So my first advice is always go get your bloods done and speak to your doctor about kind of what you're thinking about. Second off is just stay away from anything that's online or illegally imported. If it's not with a script from a doctor in Australia, it is illegal and we have no idea what's in it.
So it can be scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there we go. You live and you learn.